Didn't arrive in the moment, not in the fluorescent room, not in the signatures, not in the calm mechanical hour. The weight of it traveled slower, like weather crossing a distant sea. Nearly half a day later, something in the chest remembered how to feel. Night had already taken the windows, the world reduced to quieter colors, screens dimmed, voices distant, thought drifting through ordinary hours. Then a small disturbance in the silence, not loud enough to name it first, just a pressure in the architecture of memory, like a sealed room beginning to stir. Moments from earlier slid through the mind with a
Here I am. Thank you. It's supposed to be my night off, but they changed my schedule this week.
And suddenly the quiet question surfaced, not panic, not alarm, just clear. Why does the memory feel like footage from a life I wasn't fully near? 12 hours later the heart returns, like weather delayed by miles of sky. Emotion
Oh, you're good.
with careful footsteps.
I'm trying to read without my glasses at the moment, so everything's blurry to begin with.
Who carried the weight of the scene? The mind solved everything perfectly, but the feeling had yet to convene. 12 hours later the echo lands, the silence begins to explain what the mind postponed in quiet precision. The heart must eventually name. Now the memory plays with texture, not sterile, not distant and thin. Light gathers around the strange perspective that watched the earlier version of me. I trace the outline of that quiet switch, that dimming hidden behind the ribs. The system choosing calm efficiency while emotion slept somewhere else within. It was an absence, not true detachment, not the fracture I once would fear. It was architecture built for survival, a quiet engineer appearing there. The realization settles gently like dust in a library of thought. Sometimes the mind protects the moment by feeling later, not on the spot. 12 hours later the tide rolls inward, carrying fragments the day withheld. The body remembers fluorescent stillness, the quiet professionalism it held. Now emotion reads the archived memory, turning each detail slowly in hand, understanding the strange arrangement, how distance became the plan. 12 hours later the meaning forms, not failure, not fracture of mind, just consciousness choosing a different.
That's always nice.
When the feeling would arrive, every mind carries hidden architecture.
My brain overthinks art.
For storms not yet named. Somewhere in mine a quiet corridor open, guiding awareness safely away from the immediate gravity of waiting. Not forever, not lost, just postponed until the moment could be understood. So 12 hours later the heart steps forward, gathering echoes, the logic delayed, emotion walking through the same bright memory that analysis calmly surveyed. Now the two perspectives meet in the center, the witness and actor combined, a life lived once in mechanical clarity and again in a blunted mind. What seemed like distance becomes a language, a system sun protecting its core, the mind held steady beneath fluorescent light. The heart simply arrived later to the door.
There's that one.
Morning will come like any other morning. Coffee, sunlight, ordinary time. But somewhere inside the architecture of self, a new understanding climbs. Sometimes survival isn't thunder or panic. Sometimes it's quieter design. A mind that carries the weight of the moment until the heart can arrive. 12 hours behind. They taught forgiveness like erasure, as if mercy meant amnesia, but memory keeps receipts.
Favorite music that I've made or favorite music as a whole? Because both are hard.
I try to bleach the moment holy, rename the harm as fate. Told myself love meant silence, meant learning how to wait, but the wound kept interrupting sleep, asking to be named. Forgiveness isn't approval dressed in white. It's not a handshake with a blade. It's choosing not to live forever at the scene of what was made. Forgiveness doesn't mean I bless the act or call the damage fair. It means I take back my tomorrows from what happened there. I don't rewrite the crime as mercy. I give myself permission to move on. Release the grip, keep the truth. Moving on isn't forgetting, it's choosing you. I carried anger like a lighthouse, burned bright, refused to dim. It kept me safe from minimization,
Say,
kept the story grim. But even
I
like
think
an angel
right.
keeper, if it never turns
Oh,
away.
my music's actually kind of hard. Oh my god.
Ask me why I couldn't let
If this was a few weeks ago, I would have said
pain work home.
Necessary, my One Piece song for Rob Lucci, just because of something about Necessary being in that song is very ear catchy. But now, can I find it real quick? Because there's another song that I would love to get even an animatic for. Where did I put, which playlist did I put that under? I put that under. It's so much easier to do playlists on my phone than it is on my computer. Let's see, where is it? Where is that playlist? Playlist. Did I put, well, here's my personal favorite playlist, but I don't think it has that one song yet.
He was raised to remove the question. first lesson, not fear,
No.
not obedience.
Where's that playlist? So much easier to locate on my phone.
Can be redirected.
Oh, there it is.
A child who stops
I
asking.
need to pause that. Just so I don't accidentally have more than one song going. It's computer work.
Sing along.
Nope, not that song. There is. It's not that one. Is it in this one? I hope. Ah, this one. This one. Now to think about all-time favorite in real life from the music industry.
This is how you draw a line in chalk. This is how you teach it where to stop. This is how you smile and say it's fine while striking the match behind your back. This is how you knock, not hard, not loud. This is how you say it's for their good. This is how you carry forms like flowers, paper petals pressed against the wood. This is how you call it procedure, like the word itself makes it.
Yeah, this is called This Is How You Start a Fire.
The house, you're just checking if it breathes. You don't mean
Let's
to
see.
raise the dead, you're just rearranging sleep. This is how you start a fire.
What
Step by
would my
step,
favorite?
nice and slow. This is how you call it order while the embers start to glow. This is how you swear it's nothing till the sky learns how to burn. This is how you start a fire by refusing what you've learned.
Don't know if I actually. Let's see.
This is how you add a lock to a door. This is how you say just one more rule. This
Let's
is how you
see.
stand in borrowed light. This is how you
Alright, let's see. I can
This is how you call the silence
copy,
peace when it's only
bring it over into this
This is how
one.
you test the floorboards twice.
Haha.
This is how you jump just hard enough. This is how you laugh when nothing breaks.
I win.
This is how you call that proof of trust. This is how you miss the hairline cracks till the house remembers gravity. This is how you, that's how the rhyme goes on. Every verse
Do I have anything?
till you're standing where the ground was gone. This is how you raise your voice a notch. This is how you say don't make it worse. This is how you turn the key
Be
again. This is how you practice being firm. This is how you teach the dark to listen. This is how it learns your name. This is how you start a fire. Not
I
with
guess my
hatred, not with
favorite songs from the music industry just really depend on my mood.
This is how you
Cause I got my musical side, which Defying Gravity would be on my top favorites. Bohemian Rhapsody would always be on my top favorites. Thank you, lady.
This is how the city counts its scars. This is how it keeps them out of sight.
Oh,
This
dirty
is how the
glasses.
walls begin to hum. This is how the quiet gets a spine. This is how the spark becomes a language everyone suddenly fluent in.
Yeah.
Who taught you the rhyme and safely? Who promised the ash would stay small? You said this is how you keep control. Never this is how you lose it all. The fire didn't break the pattern. It followed it too well.
I mean, I have my favorites from Epic the Musical. I have my favorites from
This is how you look for someone else. This is how
Stories
you
from
ask who
Styx.
This is how you skip the
better.
earlier lines. This is how you edit out.
And I have my favorites from Hades Town.
Sounds at bedtime when the smoke has learned to talk. This is how you start a fire. Hear the
Yeah, and then with my brain, I forget songs exist until they come back up on my music feed. It's like, oh right, this is like my favorite song.
From nowhere, this is how you start a fire by pretending you weren't there.
I did attempt to create a playlist with favorite songs that I played though, and Necessary's on there.
This is how the rhyme should end, but endings never stay that clean.
Oh, I think I forgot to get on my game again today.
Every step you took between the then and this is how
My poor dailies. My darn work schedule does not help me remember to get on my one game I play.
I learned the map won't redraw itself if I keep folding the corners.
Yeah, the week just restarted, I know.
Every door I bless
There's a word.
later learns my name, memorizes my
Let's see.
the mirror hums like a witness stand,
Let's see if this will.
sworn in by silence and breath.
There we go. It's AFK Arena. I've been playing it for like 6 years on my phone, maybe 7.
Say it's over in future tense, build a shrine out of moving on, but the floor keeps creaking my real name, and the walls lean in when I lie alone.
I used to play AFK Journey, but that got way too much
Where's my voice? Where's my
trying to balance that game with the writing and everything else I do, so.
paralysis grace?
I do the lyrics first. Poetry is my thing, and I'm actually starting a thing on my Patreon, actually. In which ultimately the writing prompt and then the chain reaction of how I end up with the end result of anything I think of, whether it be my One Piece stuff or something else as a whole, and then ultimately a draft finalized version or a full finalized version of said thought, whether it leads to music or the books I write that have yet to be published, but that I do write.
Like a place said the lights missed the blood, built a dam out of good intentions, watched it rot into a flood.
Because I did find all my One Piece theories, and they have been isolated and saved where I can find them, so I can start remembering why I wrote them originally, expand on the ideas, and then revamp the theories, so that way I can get back going onto the One Piece side of things. So I think I'm about 2, maybe 3 months behind on watching the anime. My 12-year-old has to watch the show without me because I've been refusing to watch the show because I've been busy with work, busy with writing, busy with creativity as a whole. Which I do have a writing prompt I'm sort of working on right now before I go to work, which is a My Hero Academia Deku theory, which you'll get the writing prompts free right now until I expand on it more in my thought process of everything. and then you'll get that whole process. Because I haven't decided on yet how to write it musically, whether it be lyrically or anything else like that. And actually, I have other theories for My Hero Academia that are sitting on Canva at the moment. I think it's Canva. Or actually, maybe I just need to schedule them. Internet, will you... let's see. Hold on. Give me a sec. I have to actually finish putting the collection together. Let's see. Here, let's see. Share my screen. Can I do that? Nope, not. Oh, maybe that'll work. Haha. See, I'm writing the prompt right now, or the collection right now. I'm just calling it that for the moment. So if you give me a sec. Let's see. Remember how to share on the computer. Is it just this? Because I do put the link to my Patreon in the actual description for stuff. So that will probably help faster than me remembering how to actually share my page. But I'm working on the writing prompts because this was an idea I just thought of 12 hours ago. But this is a lot of my writing at the moment, or ideas that will eventually get writing stuff. Looks like rest from far away, but up close it's erosion. The road hums low instruction. And this one I'm working on revisions for currently. I learned to write on skin knees and laughter, handshaking loose from the bars. Every wobble felt like pride. And I've done nothing with these bottom two. But anyways, back to how to share. Haha. Share. Fear calls itself being careful, but it's really just losing pace. Hopefully that link works. Riding a bicycle, balance lives in the goal. You lean into the unsteady. Thank you. Now let momentum teach your bones. So let's go back to music time. There we go. Set the kickstand of control, but the wind kept asking questions that rusted through the bolts. Progress isn't grace, it's physics, a truce with being thrown. I watch regret pedal backwards, promising a safer view, but the road only opens forward. No matter what you do, the map redraws itself mid-riding by the turning wheels. Life is like riding a bicycle. You balance by staying brave. Every push is a small decision not to let the fear inside. Let's try it with that. You don't wait till the road is gentle. You ride until it behaves. Yay. Some days the change Alright, close that.
Remembers motion when the mind forgets its friend. I count my breaths like revolutions, keep time with the bend. Lean too hard and you crash, hold too tight and you shake. Balance.
How would I label the next collection though? That's an...
Trust the spill, trust the way forward wakes. Move through the tremor, roll through waves. Still is the only place momentum breaks. I forgive myself for stopping before, for mistaking pause for peace. Rest is a river you step back from. Not a dam you decree. The road forgives uneven courage. It only asks.
I did that.
Now I ride with the gyroscope, heart calibrated by tries, balance blooms in the in-between. The push, the tilt, the ride. I don't chase a perfect horizon. I keep the wheels alive.
Oh, that's right. Is this who's doing another thing?
Every second you choose direction is a victory over the wrong. I move with the math of living, and the fear loosens its hands. The road keeps humming its simple truth.
No, maybe it's over on this drive.
Balance isn't found, it's practiced every time you try. I ride
So bright.
into the next moment, still breathing, still alive.
Okay, I'm gonna pin that. Archive that. What's this?
Once I was a beast beneath the floorboards of the town, curled in dust and old laws, breathing slow, breathing down. They called it harmless, called it chained by time, mistook the stillness of mercy for a sleeping spine. But beast Venderly, how to fold its claws, how to soften its shadow, obey the pause. It swallowed bells, it buried its roar, lay quiet where the walls said no more. Its silence wasn't absence, it was choice. A patience braided deep in a voice. Power love's a quiet miracle, especially when it didn't hurt.
Oh, the Paradox song. Let me... Oh, what playlist is that under so I can relook at that?
So they circled the lair with lanterns and moves.
Do you want it talked about in my Patreon writing that I do, or like a video essay?
They said, see, it doesn't fight, doesn't rise, never wondering why it closed its eyes.
Oh, wait. Nope.
If you don't speak, full and consequence. Don't test the chains if you don't trust your hands. Restraint is not the same as surrender, and sleep is not a promise cure. tears are cried because they're choosing to be.
Let's see.
Not because they've been left with nothing else.
What I hide under.
In the name of care, called the price unnecessary. The wayfair, fetid fear, dressed up as law to themselves. This is what order's for. Every touch reveals the ending wrong.
Creator Studio.
Every warning ignored too long. Wake it
Not that one.
wake it slow. That's what the fables never say.
Public.
They only write the moral after the ground. Remember the first sound was a
Spot.
grudge war.
Let's see,
It
give
was
me.
memory scraping the floor. The beast
That was
stood up
ages ago.
inside its skin.
Oh yeah, that one.
Run had been
That actually is
they thought were dead.
from a very old poem I wrote in.
Were powers said.
Let's see, what was it? 23.
You trained it not to bear its teeth, not to forget.
I wrote them down somewhere.
It stands where it once lay.
I had like 60 poems I wrote
Where it changed.
in 2022, 2023-ish, right before
They called it sudden.
I had my medical emergency in summer of 2024. It's actually been exactly 2 years and 8 days since then, which were all technically cries of help. I wonder if I can find that poem, because funny part is I did this whole, I had this project I did without announcing it to anybody, where I just remastered a lot of my lyrics for better storytelling recently. And so, let me see if I can find the original poem. Don't remember. I tried to get it up on my Google Drive, but it might be on my flash drive, I think. Yeah, it would have to be on my flat. Or did I handwrite them somewhere and I just don't remember? But let's see. I might be able to find, if I finish the organization of my playlist like I was trying to do while looking for my One Piece stuff, I can. Would it be in this one? Let's see, which one? Those are a bunch of shorts. A couple of, forget and remember, Carrie. That's right. No, that's close. So a lot of these songs are that have to do with my poetry. My poetry from that time period was actually my subconscious telling me I needed mental help, and it took until after everything for me to realize what my poetry was actually telling me. My subconscious has a weird way of saying, hey, I got a problem, and then not telling me what the problem is until after the problem has resulted. And I have to be in the middle of analyzing myself. But if I can find where I put the original, which, knowing me, I won't. Let's see. Let me resort the dates.
In the sky, away while the ground forgets my steps. There's nothing noble in standing above.
Let's try that. I sometimes forget how close my mic is super sensitive. Let's see. That's all the divine stuff. There's that. And ironically, I never actually titled my poetry, so that makes it even worse for me. I had to like come up and like when I did these originally in 2025, my mental health was still kind of crappy. So I never had anything organized or anything like that. So every time I have to go find old stuff, it's like, what was I thinking back in 2025 before my mental health got better and I could remember exactly what I was doing to some degree? But I have maybe 30, 45, I should probably shower tonight before I go to work. So probably less than 30 minutes left. Let's see. Well, at least I got the one writing prompt up. I feel accomplished for getting that one writing prompt up. Queen. Enemies, shadow. It has to be... Yeah, I know what those ones are, so I'm getting closer. I'll pause the music for a bit so that way I can keep my focus. Is this the original? Now I question my own sanity. Let's see if this is the original. And this was before I put lyrics on the darn descriptions too. No, I think it would be Truth Be Told, I'm Lying. There's Beautifully Twisted. Let's see. This one? This is the one, the Paradox Waltz? Okay, well, YouTube actually gave me a transcript of my lyrics so I can look at them again. Oh, it does. Oh, I like that. Okay. So I should then, in theory, have a remastered version too. Now I got to... Well, that's One Piece stuff.
You bleed, you grieve, you beg, you burn, and still you rise and still return. I envy not your pain or strife, I envy
Which now is this the remastered version? Waltz, you see? Yeah. Alright, let's... Because this just came out in a couple weeks ago, almost on the dot. I need to... I think this is the remastered. Based... So, I went from the Paradox Waltz, remastered the story of my poem, to the Waltz of the Unlived Life. And that one's public. Paradox that smiles. Okay. Give me a sec. Okay. So if it's... Okay, so this one. Okay. I try to no longer tell myself which songs are remastered to what, to try and just stay unbiased that way. Yeah. Okay.
Welcome thinkers, wipe your shoes, search stinky stains, the velvet pews. I've brewed a pot of reasoning tea, with just enough absurdity. One voice speaking twice at once, one step forward,
Okay.
two paces.
So, really, the biggest story that I can come up for the remaster of why I went with this story that evolved from my poem, The Paradox Waltz, is I've spent... Let's see, I've been diagnosed with ADHD since 2020. And it's been a very, very minute, gradual acceptance of that over the last 6 years. And with it came my obsession with psychology and philosophy. I've learned that a lot of what I do on a subconscious level is actually a form of stoic practice without actually knowing what stoicism was until I found Ryan Holiday back, I think, right before COVID. And it was before I got back into writing. And so I got back into writing in 2023-ish. And I hadn't written a darn thing. I hadn't drawn a darn thing. I hadn't done anything creative since 2009. I became an adult and my brain shut off the creativity of my brain and went into pure survival burnout mode at the age of 18. And I didn't even know I was in pure burnout survival mode. So the biggest thing with me was logic. Logic, logic, logic this, logic, logic, logic that. I was very stringent and literal on rules. Still am. I get easily misunderstood, and I'm so grateful that people are able to point that out to me now. But with the paradox, it's kind of like the dance of knowing versus ignorance. Because I'm constantly questioning my own mind of whether Ryan Holiday. Oh. Okay. I used. He's an author slash. Let's see. How's the best way I can sum him up? Because I own his books too. Here, I will bring back over. Let's see which one. Nope, I was not on that one. I was not on that one. Haha, Ryan Holiday. So, he has a podcast that I was following almost daily with the Stoic practice, just listening to him. He's very pleasing to my ears to listen to. I actually own a lot of his work on both physically and on Audible. Let's see. What do I own of his? I own in my library Ego is the Enemy, The Daily Stoic, Obstacle is the Way, and Discipline is Destiny. Now, I also own the Daily Stoic Journal physically in my house. Let's see if I. Sure. Let's go to his website. I don't mind promoting him. He's he reintroduced me to philosophy. Let's go with that because I went through a whole thing of lots of things. Let's see. I do have his newsletter. There's a lot I actually have to buy still. Where's the ones? Because he actually wrote a couple children's versions on Stoicism. Oh, I just gotta find it. But he studies Stoicism, which Stoicism is not the emotion. It teaches self-control, reason, and virtue, and a lot of ancient Greek philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, Seneca are some of the more well-known ancient philosophers. Now I kind of am very, very curious how much of Bound in Time, my book about Calypso and a Modern Man, which is my own mental health journey wrapped up in mythology, oddly enough, actually is partially influenced by this. I am very curious now. But, what was... Let's see. He does have... And I did... Haha, the boy who would be king and the girl who would be free. I own both of those. Physically in my house. I actually bought them so my kids could read them. But last I knew, he had a. Do I still have the bookmark? Maybe not. It's been very long, but it was almost a ritual where I would go into work as an accountant and then I would turn on his podcast and listen to it as I began my work as an accountant because it was very soothing, very relaxing, and it's not heavy. It's not something very where you'd have to sit through a philosophy lecture and be bored out of your mind. Nice. Mine is in my closet at the moment, sitting on one of my shelves. But let's see. All right. I do only got a few minutes left before I need to start getting ready for work because I think I'm running 2 shuttles tonight. I haven't heard anything from my coworkers. Let's see. Let me real quick. I need to check. Um, I didn't actually make a copy of the schedule I made this morning. Oh, let's see. I need to go on to a different website. Um, which one is it? This one? No. Haha, that one? I need to view that. Oh, that one. Haha. 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 Oh. Oh, wait. Today's the 9th, yes. Today is Z9. That was 9:30. 9:30. Maybe I don't have to help with shuttles tonight. Did they have a bunch of changes? Let's see, 11, 12, 9. Oh no, this one. Oh, there's a 1 a.m. shuttle I gotta get. But let me send a message over to my coworker. Because I think. Let's see if she responds. No, I'm American. I've never been to Australia. I just got really weird accents. Without trying, I was born and raised in the state of New York. I am Irish. I am Native American, somewhere up in Canada, Native tribe. There's no history on that because of whitewashing. I'm Hungarian. I got 1% Spain in me, and I got German in me and Scottish in me. My family has been very geographically isolated for my entire bloodline. I don't know if I'd actually ever go to Australia just because of how big some of the insects are. I want to go. One of my favorite book series actually has the main character from Australia. I just don't know if I would go. Oh, no, I work overnights. So I work 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. It's why it's kind of dark in my room. Let's see. Can I get a nice big? I guess I'll have to. Ah, aha, talking. That could work. Aha. It is very dark in my room. Oh, the insects are fine. I mean, I'm fine with insects. I have as long as they stay far away from me, I'm fine. I just don't like surprises. Also, I don't actually have a passport. And I also need money to actually travel. I do get hotel discounts though. So, I mean, there's that. But I've only ever flown once in my life. I get easily distracted. Easily distracted. I'm still waiting on my medicine to kick in, and I have yet to drink my caffeine for the night. But yeah. Since I only got a few minutes, I do need to shower before I go into work tonight. It was it was ba, 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 ba. The paradox of I think logic, because logic is the biggest trap psychologically I fall into, because I've used logic to get through pretty much my whole life. Um, for the most part, I don't know if I've ever truly felt emotions until like last year, for a start. I've always rationalized everything. I mean, I'm very self aware too. I will totally tell you if I think what I'm about to say is going to be very stereotypical, so that way no one takes offense to it. Um, let's see. Like, I overthink a lot, which is a big paradox of myself. Like, this whole past year with writing alone has been a struggle when it's not in music format. It's why I started with my One Piece theories, because it was easier to write a theory into a song than it was to actually write a theory. Go figure. I also like to put the things I write into song format because I can hear emotion even if it's synthetic. Because I will clone my vocals because I don't have the patience to warm up my own voice anymore. At least not with like a whole choir with me. Yeah, I used to do musicals, I used to do plays and stuff. And that was again, let's see, my oldest is 14. So it was 15 years ago. It was my last musical. Yeah. And then I've discovered that it's really hard for me to sing karaoke because I think too hard on the actual musical inclinations of what's going to actually be played, which will throw off how I sing because I can't improv if the music gets messed up. Learned that from taking a vocal class in college where I was singing Ich liebe dich for my final exam. Um, oh yeah, my alarms are about to go off. Alright, so I'm going to have to end the stream, but what I can do is make a note in my handy dandy blueprints notebook and be because actually talking about my music and my lyrics and stuff is actually something I'd considered months ago. And I usually like to prep what I talk about. But let's see. Paradox Waltz. And maybe I can expand out on it more on my Patreon in writing. That way I'm not going off on side tangents. Oh, that was very, very bright. And how, because I think my music, it definitely shows a lot of how my brain works. Because a lot of my music is when ultimately 2024 is when the creative dam finally broke after 15 years of a dam being built up that I wasn't aware of. So I've pretty much have had an overflow of creativity for almost 2 years, which leaves a lot of things that I put on my community wall kind of pushed to the side because I have to get it out there. And then eventually I come back to it. Paradox that smiles. And actually, truth be told, I'm lying. But maybe I can also find the original poem because I think on my Patreon, did I get all my poetry up? I think so. I think all my poetry is up on let's see. I bet anything it's one of these unnamed poems or haikus. Let's see. Forget and remember. Gone. Phoenix. Feelings. Kingdom. World. Could be that. That one's writer's block poem. That's Pixar. Shadows. Life is a Symphony. That might be my dissociation one. Oh, that one's the surreal song. Um, Illusion. Yeah, my poetry on my Patreon's free. I don't have the poem specifically that says Paradox Waltz, so it has to be one of these unnamed ones. It'll probably take me forever to find it for certain though. But I do have to get off. I can always do more. It's really a matter of um things people are interested in. But I wrote the songs down, so I'll see if I can find the poem. No, let's see. We're going to copy. This is the poetry link on my Patreon because I know I'm still behind on doing more One Piece stuff, in which I know there was people a few months back wanting me to go into Arlong and that whole arc, and I found at least 100 One Piece theories from September 2025 that I gotta get back out there that I had misplaced and I have refound this week. Um, I'd probably start with writing because even video recording, having to edit videos kind of puts my walls up, so it's the only reason I do streaming more than anything else. Oh, all right. I was just asked to go in to work 30 minutes early for a to help out, so I actually do have to cut this stream instead of continuing on my tangent. This week is going to be weird as far as streaming goes for the simple fact that my schedule's changed this week, so I'm going to try and stream when I can, so it could be anytime. So